Chapter 86 of Slaughtering the Devil. Divine Foothill Imperial Dynasty. Tianhe City. Tianhe City, located at the junction of the Divine Foothills Imperial Dynasty and the Zhengjin sect's territory. It was a city full of peace and harmony. But now, outside of Tianhe City, it was a mess, with countless corpses strewn about, a scene of depression and death after a great battle. A large number of troops in golden armor stood guard at the entrance of the breached city. Chu Chen, the Zhengjin sect patriarch, and a group of Zhengjin sect powerhouses led the army, killing their way into the city until the city lord's mansion, completely taking down the entire Heavenly Harmony city. Standing on top of the floating island of the city lord's mansion, the Zhengjin sect patriarch's face was gloomy as he looked at the countless corpses in all directions. In this battle, blood flowed in rivers. There were countless deaths and injuries. Stepping on the floating island that was covered in blood, looking at the smoke rolling around the city, Patriarch Zhengjin's face was grim. Patriarch, Heavenly Harmony City has been completely taken. It took 1.5 months. The 15 million troops we brought with us, these 1.5 months. 3 million people died before we broke through the city gates. Huang Fu Chaoj, his subjects are too loyal and supportive of him. In addition to the defending generals resisting, the people of the city also resisted our army with all their might. 3 million people died. 2 million generals were seriously injured. 800 generals died, and 18 of the clan Zhuanying realm elders died. A disciple reported with an ugly face. No wonder Emperor Liu Yong had such a hard time attacking the city. A city of the Divine Foothills Imperial Dynasty is actually so difficult to attack, Sovereign Zhengjin said with an ugly expression. On the side, Chu Chen frowned and said, "Patriarch, it's been a month and a half down, but Wang Fu Chaoguo actually didn't send any troops to help. More importantly, we spent such a price to break through a city. What's next? Gu Hai is definitely in Foshen City, but if we want to break Foshen City, we have to uproot all the cities and pools of the Divine Fo Imperial Dynasty, so that there is no qi available. To break the city, we naturally have to continue breaking the city," Sovereign Zhengjin said in a cold voice. "Emperor Liu Yong has already collected 9 cities of the Divine Foothills Imperial Dynasty. Less this one of ours. There are still 15 cities of the Divine Foothills Imperial Dynasty. Our troop strength," Chu Chen said with some concern. Patriarch Zhengjin's eyes chilled as he said, "There are some things that Emperor Liu Yang isn't fit to do, but there's no harm in us doing it. As long as we do this one thing, the next attack on the city will be a breeze. It will also help us find the ancient sea." "Oh," Chu Chen was slightly stunned. "Slaughter the city," the Zhengjin sovereign said in a chilling voice. "What? Slaughter the city?" The crowd of Zhengjin sect disciples around them abruptly said in surprise. "Not bad. This Tianhe City. Aren't the people supporting the Divine Foothills Imperial Dynasty? Later on, the city's great formation will be repaired. No one will be able to escape. All of them will be slaughtered. Not a single one will be left behind," Sovereign Zhengjin said in a cold voice. "That's nearly 100 million people, Patriarch. Never. Many innocent people here. Slaughtering hundreds of millions of people will hurt the peace of heaven." A following general's face changed and said. Sovereign Zhengjin coldly glanced at the general and said, "Harming heaven and harmony. What's the harm in slaughtering heaven and harmony? General Zhong, you are just a general in the city under my clan's control. It's not your turn to jack in on the Zhengjin sect's decisions." "Huh, but, the sect wants to slaughter the entire city. How many old people, children, and women, they are innocent are. Slaughter them clean together." That General Zhang's face changed wildly. On the side, Chu Chen's eyes suddenly lit up and said, "Wonderful, wonderful, sect leader. Use the slaughter of a city to deter other cities. And when our army arrives at that time, how would the people of those cities dare to resist? At that time, It will be much easier to break the city. Moreover, we can put the charge on Guhai, claiming that as long as Huang Fu Chao hands over Guhai, we will retreat. And any city we encounter, whoever resists, will be slaughtered comprehensively. Right, let the people of the Divine Foothills Imperial Dynasty help us find Guhai, kill. An elder's eyes lit up and said, slaughter a city. The next city must be broken easily. If there is any more resistance, slaughter another city. Shop Divine Foothills. Who dares to resist? Another elder said excitedly, inform the whole army. Kill to your heart's content all the property in the city. After summarizing, take half of it and reward the 3 armies. Sect leader Zheng Jin said in a cold voice. Yes, the crowd of elders said excitedly. I know a mansion that has treasures. Kill them all, and it's all ours. Ha ha ha. I can't wait. Patriarch is open. The group of Gungjin sect disciples were all excited. The previous General Zhong, however, was wide-eyed. Crazy, crazy. That's 100 million surrendered soldiers and civilians are. They're already unresisting. You guys, you actually support all of them. Zhengjin sect. How could this happen? There are old and young women and children are all killed. Kill them all. The crowd of Gungjin sect disciples coldly looked at General Zhong. Devils, you bunch of devils. Gungjin sect. Is it all a devil's den? I don't want to serve you bunch of devils, killing innocents indiscriminately, slaughtering hundreds of millions of people, old people, children, women, not even one of them. Zhong resigns. I quit. General Zhong instantly lifted his military cap. Stepping forward, he was about to leave. There, steeply, Chu Chen instantly arrived behind him and pierced him through the heart with a sword. Hey, you guys. General Zhong turned around spitting out blood and looked at Chu Chen in shock. HMPH, insouciant thing. Chu Chen let out a cold snort. Boom. The long sword in his hand trembled violently, and a large amount of sword chi instantly churned General Zhang's body. Devils, the people of the Zhengjin sect. They're all devils. General Zhong closed his eyes and lost his voice. General Zhong was dead. The Gungjin sect's slaughter policy began. The city's great formation was opened. No one could escape. The formation was used by the Gungjin sect to slaughter the entire city with full force. For a time, Tianhe City was awash in blood. Corpses were everywhere, and there were countless riots. No, no, my son. Don't kill my son. I'll fight you. Mother, don't kill my mother. My daughter, you beasts. Asterisk asterisk my daughter, and killed my daughter. I'll fight you all. Heavens, Tianhe City has never been kind to people. Now how come it's become hell? Devils, you bunch of devils. Smoke rolled out, killing in all directions. The people were no longer able to resist, but the 10 million strong army was slaughtering with all their might, bleeding and drifting. Hell on earth. Ha 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 ha. This is mine, good treasure. This storage magic treasure. I want it. Beauty, you can't get away. Ha 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 ha. On one side, there was hell on earth, and on the other side, there was the Zhengjin sects gloating, exuberant scavenging in the midst of it. Smoke rose in all directions, and it took 10 whole days of slaughter before the entire Tianhe city became a dead city. The news seems to have grown wings, quickly spreading to the major cities of the Divine Foothills Imperial Dynasty. The Zhengjin sect slaughtered hundreds of millions of people, not leaving a single one behind. A total massacre. With the bloody scenes, the entire Divine Foothills Imperial Dynasty was shocked. How could this happen? Those devils of theirs. My third uncle is in Tianhe City. My son is also in Tianhe City. My wife and daughter. They are also in Tianhe City or no. Mournful voices were heard from all 4 sides of the Divine Foothills Imperial Dynasty. As for the so-called invasion, because of the ancient sea, the people just remembered, and instead of being afraid, In the various cities, the people were brewing a monstrous hatred. After the slaughter of Tianhe City, the Zhengjin sect's army drove in again and slowly gathered towards the next city, King Lu City. Dang 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 gang. The war drums sounded as the siege began. Patriarch, it's not right. This King Lu City doesn't seem to be scared. More people are participating in protecting the city, or Chu Chen's face sank as he said, "It's fine. Break the city. Everything will be fine when we break this city. They still have hope." HMPH. There's no hope, sect leader Zhengjin said in a cold voice. 10 days later, King Lu City did not break open. Chu Chen frowned and said, "Patriarch, news has come from the front line that the 4 directions of the Divine Foothills Imperial Dynasty's cities have spontaneously organized reinforcements to come to the rescue of King Lu City. Moreover, countless people have taken the initiative to participate, seemingly in a siege-like fashion, encircling us. At most a month, they will be able to arrive. 1 month. Enough. By then King Lu City will be broken. Humph. A scattered sand only. Broken King Lu City. Slaughter the city. I will see who they still have the guts to come again," sect leader Zhengjin said in a deep voice. "Yes. Any news from Huangfu Chaoj?" the Gungjin sect lord said suspiciously. "No. It's very strange. During this period of time, Huangfu Chaoj didn't issue any decrees for the news of our massacre. He should have known about it as well, but he didn't respond positively. He can't be afraid, right?" Chu Chen sneered. Patriarch Zhengjin's eyes narrowed slightly as he said, "Continue to spread the word. If we don't hand over the ancient sea for 1 day, we'll attack the city for 1 day." Yes, Zhengjin sect headquarters. The 100,000 mountains wrapped around the Gungjin sect's headquarters, and outside were 3 dependent cities. In the house of a manor in one of the cities. Slap. Huangfu Chaoj smashed a side seat with a slap. "Sovereign Zhengjin, old man, you dare to slaughter my heavenly harmony city," Huangfu Chaoj said with a sad face. To the side, faux stone god side with a lowered head, slaughtering the city. "This is an unjust soldier. They really dare. Mr. Gu, when will your grand formation be ready? I'm going to slaughter the Zhengjin sect, leaving no one behind." Huangfu Chaoj looked at Gu Hai with a sad face. Gu Hai looked at the 100,000 mountains in the distance and said, "It's ready, with such a huge amount of spirit stones in your treasury. Although you can't break the Zhengjin sect's mountain guarding array, but you can nullify it. Since you want to, let's start." Gu Hai probed his hand and took out a big red flag and raised it. In the distance, a close associate of Huangfu Chaoj saw Gu Hai raising the flag and instantly understood that it was time to start the formation. Boom! Steeply, at a corner of the 100,000 great mountains, a white mist rushed up into the sky, as if forming a white mist dragon that rushed high into the sky. The people of the surrounding cities were in the midst of curiosity. Boom, boom, boom. Surrounding the 100,000 great mountains, a chaotic white mist rushed into the sky, as if it was a huge cage that surrounded the entire 100,000 great mountains. "What is that?" The people of the surrounding cities looked at the sky in surprise. However, they saw that the white mist rushed into the sky and slowly converged at a point in the highest sky. Boom! In an instant, the sky was clear and all the clouds were all sucked into this large cage. The entire 100,000 great mountains, including the sea of chi clouds in the sky above, were enveloped together. Hiss! This is a great formation. What great formation! It's so huge that it wrapped the entire Gungjin sect's headquarters. Countless people were surprised. Inside the Gungjin sect, there was still a large number of disciples guarding at the moment, and suddenly seeing the outside world enveloped in white mist, each and every one of them also stared wide-eyed. Bold thieves, dare to come to the Zhengjin sect to act recklessly. A Gungjin sect powerhouse rushed up to the sky. Grasping a golden sword in his hand, He coldly looked at the fog. However, he saw that close to his position, there was a steep tossing of clouds and mist, as if they were condensing a person of clouds and mist. Accompanied by a loud cry, thousands of cloud mist people suddenly waved out a long sword towards this Zhengjin sect powerhouse to chop. Bitter hearts, the heavens will not be disappointed. 3,000 Wuxia can swallow the Wu. Rumble. 3,000 cloudy long swords chopped out, raining swords from the sky towards that strong man. A sword competition in my Zhengjin sect. The last person who came to provoke me had his entire body's bones and flesh picked out by me. Tortured to death. HMPH. The Zhengjin sect's strongest man at a loud shout, and the long sword in his hand chopped out with a loud bang, and in an instant, the sky was filled with golden sword chi. I am Gujian, 3,000 Yuama, chop. A cloud beast general in general coalesced out of the clouds, and with a command, he commanded the 3,000 cloud beast armor, and the sword chopped away. The 3,000 Yuamas, and that strong man's sword chi collided. Boom, there was a loud bang. That strong man's sword chi exploded apart, and the 3,000 Wuxia swords chopped at its body. Boom. That Zhengjin sect powerhouse instantly exploded apart,